President of Nigeria Economic Society, Professor Adeola Adeola, has said that cash transfers to those living in poverty and increased capital spending are the best strategies for tackling poverty and unemployment in the country. Professor Adeola made these recommendations during an interactive session organized by Senate Committee on Appropriation on the proposed 2025 budget. While analyzing the 2025 budget, he advised government to adopt a conservative approach to budgeting and stressed the importance of capital spending to create jobs and drive economic growth.
We must tie capital spending to employment generation. There must be a deliberate effort to link capital allocation to employment generation. Employment is very important in this country where we have those challenges. Capital allocation must be, every project must define how much job are they going to create. Now, within a quick walk, and assume that for every $10 billion naira you have, you can generate one job, direct or indirect. And we see that if you use that and apply that to the economy, the 2025 budget is capable of generating about 1.3 million jobs. And if we focus just on sectors that can drive growth, that are employment generating, we can generate from this economy, based on the capital spending for 2025, about 690,000 jobs. So we need to tie those capital spending to jobs creation. And if we do that, that also impacts on employment generations, and poverty reduction.
On his part, Chairman of the Appropriation Committee, Senator Adeola Adeola, acknowledged the ambitious nature of the budget, but expressed confidence in President Tinubu's strategy to address Nigeria's revenue challenges.
In furtherance of this objective, it is imperative to align the executive has predicated the realization of 2025 budget estimated on the following economic assumption. Inflation is projected to decline from average of 27.85 in 2024 to 15% in the current year.
Yes.
Exchange rate will stabilize at 1,500 to $1 in the current year. Crude oil production of 2.06 barrels per day in 2025. Benchmark oil prices is projected at $75 in 2025. Given the importance of the economic variables to the 2025 budget, the Appropriation Committee will engage the relevant MDAs and other stakeholders to determine the visibility or otherwise of this assumption. Where these economic assumptions are retained in 2025 budget, we will follow up critically with relevant MDAs all year round in ensuring that these assumptions are realized for effective implementation of 2025 budget. In 2025 proposal, the aggregate revenue of fund, the budget is projected at 36.35 trillion. Aggregate expenditure is projected at 49.74 trillion, while the budget deficit of 13.38 trillion is as part of the assumption.
Senate President Godswill Akpabii in his remarks affirmed the 10th Senate's unwavering commitment to supporting the President in achieving his goals as they resolve to ensure success of the President Tinubu's administration.
We want to assure you that our resolve to assist the current administration to succeed for this nation is unshakable. I'm very confident that once we're able to collate our ideas together and we produce a budget that is workable, a budget that will lead to sustainable growth, Nigeria will definitely be better. Within every challenge lies the opportunity of progress and growth. The task before us is very formidable, but it is neither beyond our reach or beneath our determination. This budget of restoring this nation, is a beacon of hope, a strategic instrument to secure peace, ignite prosperity, and lay the cornerstone of a stronger and more resilient economy for Nigeria.
However, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, offered a slightly different perspective. He argued that poverty reduction efforts should be prioritized as enabling business activities to thrive.
We must commend ourselves. We must commend the President. We must commend the National Assembly. Because when we say we have generated 3/4 of growth, 3.2, 3.4, to many people it seems small. But industrialized nations, all European countries who have financing is not an issue, technology is not an issue, but they have been unable to achieve 1% growth. Yet we are achieving 3.4 and going up. Just to contextualize how much our strategy is turning the economy in the right direction and putting us going where we should be headed. And this is not a small achievement. And the 2025 budget is intended, among others, to continue to restore macroeconomic stability.